Hey guys, good afternoon. How you doing? I hope you're doing well today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are new here, you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and do remember to share this video. Thank you so much to all my returning subscribers. I appreciate you all over the farm. Thank you so much. And for everybody that has bought my book, Imported Wives, the untold stories of abroad marriages, thank you so much. We have like 10 reviews on Amazon now. I hope that you read it and you leave your reviews. Buy for your friends, buy to give out to people in your community, in your church, in your place of work. It will definitely make a difference and to change people's lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So our Queen May finally granted her first interview. I'm sure some of you have seen it. Yeah, I don't recall her giving any interviews since all this Buha started almost 3 years ago. And before I get into the interview, I just wanted to say something that I don't know that platform. This is the first time I'm seeing that platform, but I was kind of disappointed in the quality of the interview. So we all on social media, a lot of us who are stumbled to this YouTube or whatever social media platform you're using, and you find yourself presenting, as they call it, interviewing people or just doing public speaking. Most of us were not trained. I wasn't trained for this. I only had, I studied English language, English art for my first degree. But yeah, I was not trained for it. But I think it's very important for us to do the work to hone our skills. Because what I found out with that interview is that the interviewer, she was just very unprofessional. She was all over the place, and this is a very constructive feedback, by the way, in case you get to see it. If you are going to be interviewing people, especially for a case like Queen May, that everybody is interested in that story, it's been on our faces on social media for years. And so if she's deciding to give her first interview, I expected better. Initially, when I saw the interview, because I watched it from the beginning to the end, I thought it was just on my head. Then I went and read some of the comments today, and I saw that a lot of people complained about it. The Azuka was very unprofessional. Her speech was not clear. She was rushing her words. I think that's how she speaks. And she was talking over Queen May and kept asking the same question repeatedly. I thought that was very unprofessional because I didn't see any notes. She had her phone in her hand. I don't know, maybe she prepared. If I were her for a story like this, knowing how much people are interested in this story, I would really prepare, have my notes written down properly, rehearse, and then conduct it as professional as I can. But as I said, this is just constructive feedback, so make what you will of it. Some people are determined to misunderstand you. No matter what you do, they'll misunderstand you. So it doesn't matter. I'm just saying the way I perceived that interview. I thought May would have gone to a more reputable or credible. If someone like, for instance, Adesua Oyinokwe was the one that handled that interview. Oh my God. Obviously, she's very trained and well experienced in conducting interviews. I would have felt better if it was somebody that has some level of training or professionalism. But Azuka was all over the place. I'm sorry. That's the way I saw it. Anyway, let's get to it. Queen May giving interview and finally is giving us some tea. Now, for anybody who is still wondering, why do people love this woman so much? Why is she such an influencer that everybody just loves her? No, not everybody. Yinka does not love her. But a lot of people love her. And I started looking at that interview and I took some notes that I'm going to share with you guys. I'll share with you guys some few notes. Then we'll talk about the interviews, the thing that I picked from it. Number one is her cool and calm disposition, her nature. Her composure is such. No wonder they call her queen. Whoever gave her that nickname here, it really, really suits her. She acts like a queen. She carries herself like a queen. She conducts herself like a queen. She's very calm. I think that's just her nature. She's very, very calm. She's well put together. She measures her words. Before she says something, she would think about it. And I thought, oh my God, this is really, really admirable. Number two is her intelligence. Man, this woman is intelligent. I mean, as I was looking at the interview, I kept wondering, why would a man leave this woman for that? Then I remember he didn't actually want to leave her. He wanted to have both. Wanted to eat his cake and still have it. And May said, nah, 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 nah. I don't play like that. Uncle, get your shit and get out. I can never forget that scene. From how Stella got her groove back is ingrained in my brain forever. So yeah, she's so intelligent. And she also told us in the interview that she actually got admission to study medicine in the University of Ibadan. Now, back in the day, I don't know if it's still like that. UI is the first university in Nigeria, and it was one of the top universities in Nigeria. Yeah. So she got admission to study there and also got admission to another school in the East where she finally did computer science and engineering. If he is the runner to go read engineering. No wonder. Pity Edochie said that she was a computer whiz. And we finally see the intelligence. May is so intelligent. She said she's a bookworm, that she was, one of those, young ladies in uni that is a bookworm, that is always reading a fico. That's what we used to call them. The ficos that sit in front. We are the noise maker that sit down. Obiageli, me and Obiageli. We are the ones that sit at the back. We are the ones that make noise. Oh God. May God forgive my children. If I look at them sometimes, I'll be wondering, may God, please don't let them. Oh dear. Anyway, by the way, May is super intelligent, and I love the fact that she's such an intelligent and intentional woman. Number three is her ability to regulate her emotions. My goodness, this one, as women, scientifically, we've been taught, or we know and understand, that we have a high level of hormones and emotions, and the hormones that secrete all those, feelings, we have them more than men. That's why we're so hormonal. However, now that, we're getting to a certain stage, some of us are learning how to regulate and manage our emotions. Yeah, that's emotional intelligence, right? But that woman can manage her emotions. Jesus. And at a point, I saw someone ask and say, do you even get angry? And she was like, yeah, of course. I think it was during the interview that Azuka was asking that question. She was like, yeah, I'm human. I do get angry. And then she said that she learned something while she was still a young woman in church, where the priest in her church taught them as a young woman that when you're upset, instead of saying what you feel about that situation or saying what you feel about that person, don't say it, write it down. And then come back to it 2-3 days, and then you will just see that, you laugh about it. I wish I knew that a long time ago, because I'm the complete opposite. I will tell you exactly how I feel. We cannot be the same, can we? Yeah, so I love that about her. She has the ability to really manage and regulate her emotions. I admire that. The fourth thing I admire about Queen May is her grace and elegance. She's very feminine. It just comes very natural to her. She has this aura, this feminine energy, the way she carries herself, the way she dresses, the way she talks, the way she relates with people. Her presence is just all so positive, so feminine, and it's just, she always oozes of so much elegance, demure. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I do admire that. Yeah. It's not every woman that has that feminine energy, Some women, we don't have that. We don't have it. We have to really learn it, because brothers, that's why you see some brothers say that they say accuse women of having masculine energy. They say she has masculine energy. They use that word a lot about Black women, because sometimes, because of life and the issues that people go through, they have to toughen up, and then they become very hardened. And yeah, that femininity is still there, but it just doesn't come to the surface as much anymore, because when you are in a survivor mode, it's not easy to be feminine. With that energy, you need, a fighter energy to be able to, a warrior's energy to be able to survive. So yeah, May just naturally exudes that feminine, demure, elegance, and very feminine energy, and I do admire her for that. The fifth thing I admire about May is respect that she has for everybody. Like, hmm, she respects people so much. Even the interviewer, Azuka, she kept calling her Auntie Azuka, Auntie Azuka. You know, it's an interview environment. It's a professional environment. Some younger women will just, they will call you by your name, you know. She just respects people. Oh, there was a point during the interview when Azuka kept referring to her marriage. Obviously, she didn't want to talk about her marriage, which was one of the things that she did that I didn't quite like. It made me uncomfortable, but she handled it with grace. And she kept saying, "Oh, your husband, your husband." Kept referring to her ex-husband and you know, saying things about him. But you know, even when she was talking about you, despite everything that's happened, she still talked about him with so much respect. So that tells me that during the marriage, she would have respected him. I mean, someone like that, respecting people comes naturally to them. And I keep wondering, hey, you lost a gem. Look at this woman. Everything that men are looking for. No wonder she said her DM is overflowing, even though most of them are going to very unserious people. Yeah, that was quite, it's good to know. She respects herself. She respects people around her. She still respects this man that has disrespected her over and over and over on social media. No wonder she doesn't respond. No wonder she never says anything. She doesn't retaliate. When people like Yinka are running mad, making video, calling her names, calling her out, fighting, she just keeps her cool. Wow. We all can learn that. Okay. Sixth is her discerning spirit. May has a discerning spirit. She says she's very spiritual. She's Catholic. And she talked about, in the interview, she talked about how she grew up in a household where, you know, her father was very spiritual, would wake them up to pray. They go to mass every single day. I think that really, really helped her to shape her to the person that she is today, because you can tell that she has a discerning spirit. Yeah. It's in the way she moves. She said something, she said, people love her so much that they tell her that even if na stone you they sell, we go buy. Hey, Chineke. If this is not grace, I don't know what the definition of grace is. Guys, tell me if this is not grace. This is abundance of grace. Wow. Fantastic. She has a discerning spirit. She's spiritual. You know, she kept talking about, you know, how you should pray and everything. And I also like her outlook about marriage. She said, let me say it in the way there's a song in it in Yoruba that say, "Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ láàrin wa, ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ láàrin wa, ṣebí ilé ayé la pàdé ara wa." That means we can't come this world individually. We met in this world. I love that. When women have that, as a woman, if you have that mentality, everything begins and ends in this world, you save yourself from a lot of all this nonsense. Honestly. So, obviously, marriage is important. Marriage will always be important to Nigerian women, but it's having a healthy balance and approach to marriage. Because some Nigerian women do like, marriage is a do or on a life affair, do or die affair. But she said, you have a family. You came from a family before you now created a new family with this person. So why should you by yourself if things don't work? And you can give it all you can, your best. You give it everything. If it would not work, it won't still work. So why do you want to unalive yourself? Some women will go into depression. They will start walking around distress, especially in this part of the world where there is no, you know, support in the community. They start walking on the street and talking to themselves. Go to mental hospital and see how many Nigerian women, Black African women that are receiving medication. Some of them have been sectioned. Mental health because of issues around marriage and relationship. 99.9 problem that women have. If you see a woman have problem, if you go and dig and get to the root cause of it, now relationship problem or marriage problem is in the root cause of you know what's happening to them. So we need that healthy approach. She said, you come from a family. You have brothers and sisters, father and mother, uncles and aunties, people who love you. So why are you doing like this one person is the one that has the everything, the whole say about your life, that without them that you cannot live? Wow. I really, really, really admire that. I like that. I'm sure it's really, really helped her in her journey of healing. Wow. Finally, the seventh thing that I like about Queen May is her entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah, I like women who help themselves. I don't like people who have victim mentality. Yeah, obviously we have situations in life where you feel a bit helpless. Yeah, but it shouldn't be your story. It shouldn't be your history. Every time you feel helpless, that you can't help yourself. As a woman, you need to be able to, whatever it is that you're going through, dust yourself up and move. Yeah, some people need a bit of encouragement. Some people, like us, it comes naturally. I think it has to do with your upbringing. If you are raised by parents who taught you very strongly at a very young age that a woman needs to be independent, that your stability in life, your empowerment in life, you're having a voice in this world, because we grew up in a patriarchal society, and the only way you can help yourself as a woman is to empower yourself. Empowerment is power. Empowerment is resources. Empowerment is capital. Empowerment is a voice. Empowerment is strength. So I like the fact that she said, since she's been married, even before she got married, she said, no wonder I'm now putting two and two together to see why, the house that they live in Lagos, they said that she contributed to it. She said that even before she got married, from the small businesses she was doing, she already bought shares and bonds. And by the time she was getting married, it was huge money that she had from that. So she said she's always sold recharge card. That she's never been idle, even when she stayed at home with her children. I like women who don't dwell in victimhood. Get up. Encourage yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I gotta do this. Before I share the video with you, because obviously I'm going to share the video with you, bits of it. There was something I wanted to do this year. I wanted to go and train to be a coach, relationship coach, counselor. And then I went and registered myself in this college. Oh my God. I started coupled with job, family, doing Obodoyibo TV. At a point, I was feeling overwhelmed. I was like, Brie, are you not biting more than you can chew? I almost gave up. I remember my last piece of work that I had to submit because there was a lot of coursework, because it was a program that was they condensed it, and there was a lot of work that I needed to do. And this is me. I don't need to go into college. I was studying by myself. Obviously, they have the notes there, but you have to study by yourself and do the assessment by yourself. I'm like, at a point, I almost gave up. I was like, let me just rest, Jare. What do I need this one for again? Shebi, I beg, I don't need it, Jare. But at a point, I was like, doing something and not finishing it is something that doesn't sit well with me. And I said to myself, what will I tell my children? They know I'm training to do this course. How can I not tell them that I gave up halfway? So I said, you know what? I'm going to push on. I'm going to see it to the finishing line. And then I just decided to dedicate some weekends to do the work, to study. And guess what? When I did the work and completed my last module, and they wrote to me to say that I have passed, it was the happiest moment ever. It was one of the highlights of 2025 for me. I was so proud of myself. Sometimes don't do it for anybody. Do it for yourself. Do it because of self-actualization. Do it because it will make you feel good knowing that you have goals and you are doing everything you can to meet those goals, and that you are not stagnant. You are getting better. You are improving on your skills. You are gaining knowledge. You are gaining learning. You are trying to diversify. You're trying to do different things. Yeah. As women, it is very, very important for us to empower ourselves. So I admire that. So having said all that, I am now going to play some bits of the video for you to see why May is called a queen. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Take the learning from it. And yeah, let us continue to empower one another, share knowledge, and uplift one another. Women, remember, another woman is not your competitor. You should be looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, you know what? I want to be better than the person I was last year. I want to be better than the person I was in January of 2025. You should be your own competitor. You don't need to compete with other women. You should compete with yourself And the competition is a healthy one in that you are only striving to be better, to do better, and to get better. Thanks a lot for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Have a good afternoon. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. This is your girl, Bridget Hekpo. Thank you so much for your support with my book, Imported Wives. In case you've not heard, we have a book. We have written a book, and it's titled Imported Wives, The Untold Story of Abroad Marriages. It will really mean a great deal for me if you can get a copy of this book. If I've impacted you in any way, shape, and form, 8 years I've been on YouTube, you've learned anything about relationships, about life in general, about finances, about living in the abroad, about retirement, about anything on this platform. If this platform has blessed you in any way, and you say, Auntie B, I love you, this is the way that you can show that love. You know, the Bible says that for God so loved the world that he gave. So when you love someone, you give to them. So the way you can show your love and demonstrate your love, because love is an action word, you need to demonstrate it, is by going to Amazon and getting a copy of Imported Wives. Please, is on Kindle, which is the electronic version, is on paperback, and is also on hardback. If you've gotten yours, take a picture, send to me, leave me a review on Amazon. I really appreciate everybody that supported me with this project. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I pray that Jehovah God will bless your pocket. It's only 20 pounds or 19.99. The Kindle is 9.99, depending on where you are in the UK. Canada is Amazon everywhere. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Joshua Onibajel. I appreciate you, fam. God bless you.
Computer science and engineering. So I used to run a cyber cafe then. It was quite big. It was in Enugu. That was after I finished school, and then I got married. I started having kids, so I needed to do something, and I wanted to do something in line of what I studied in school. So I had to set up a cyber cafe. And remember, back then, cyber cafe was the in thing. I know how it is here in Nigeria when something.
Of course, even in Lagos.
Yeah,
it was the in thing. We were there every day, trying to send emails or friends all over the world.
So I had this very big cyber cafe in Enugu then, and we were deploying our services. People could sit at home and use our internet services, Wi-Fi and all of that. And then we were doing partly networking as well, like the cabling. It wasn't just the internet thing. We were doing hardware as well. We could deploy computer systems for offices, for organizations, and also do their networking for them.
So you were a mom, a wife, and also running your cyber campaign.
Yes, all of that put together.
So how did you guys how did you meet your husband? Was it like at a party, school, through your father, or is that or something? How did you guys meet, or through friends?
Way back in school, that was when I went to the East for my university, Dakota. Yeah.
Okay, that's make guys were in the same school.
Like in year one.
Yeah.
We didn't attend the same school. I went to Enugu State University of Science and Technology, while he went to Uniports. But we met in Enugu.
In Enugu, but in a party, something.
Party? No, I was never the party type. I was a bookworm.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, how did you guys? Was
what they used to call a fico?
A fico.
Yes, it was all book for me.
Wasn't like somebody introduced you guys together or something, or was just a coincidence?
No, we met.
Car park.
No. We met at the GC Center.
Okay. Oh wow, that's so sweet. Because I know that those days. I remember those days. GC centers, jam centers were where a lot of people like I don't know about now, but my days. I remember then my close friend, met her current husband at the GC center. So then it was just like the hope for like the new generation, young people and everything, So, okay, fine. But when you guys met, did you guys think you guys would get married just friends, or you're parties for like a while?
We're kids, we're teenagers, so.
Oh wow, like how were you guys then? Like 16? Like 16?
I didn't say so. I can't remember. I have to like count backwards or something.
Oh wow, that's so interesting. Okay. What plans do you have for the next phase of your life?
First of all, my family, my children, focus on my children. I need to be sure they're okay.
Yeah.
They're school-wise, education-wise, and otherwise. So family, it's a lot for me. I'm big on family right now. I've always been. I'm bigger now. And then my brand. I have a brand. I don't know if you're aware. You should be aware.
Yes.
The Queen May brand.
The brownie. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a lot of products, a
Yeah.
couple of products that are out there and they're doing so well.
Yeah, and your foundation too.
Yes, my foundation, Mace Oasis Foundation, yes, I'm going to channel a lot of energy into that because I believe I can actually impact on a lot of lives. We have started, we're doing a great job so far, you know. So it was launched 2 years ago and it was all about empowering women, you know, impoverished women and helping children of the less privileged children, you know, providing them the necessary, providing them what they need, the encouragement that is needed to live a better life, you know. So we had an outreach at Ebute community in Awoyaya the first year, and last year we also had this outreach at Luko community somewhere around Aja Access. Yeah, and presently we're partnering with other NGOs. You know, there's a projects Clean Up a Girl Child. We intend to take care of 10,000 girl children, 10,000 girls in different schools, help them with their period. You know how it is. Some of these children, they are not very well informed. They use all sorts of unhygienic materials or, you know, during their period. So we're going to provide like the pads, wipes and sanitizers and all of those. We're going to stop them for like a year. We'll give them something that will last up to a year. So this is like over 100 million naira project I'm talking about. Like you said, they're very, very expensive. So we have to give them supplies that will last as long as a year. We're launching the makeup line soon. So I intend to take my business to the next level. I want it all around, all over Nigeria and beyond Nigeria. And we're seriously working on that. It's going to happen
So
soon.
what's
And then everybody's grace is different. God has been so faithful. There's this grace around me. I can't even explain it. You know, so people are out there asking me, brand these, make these products for us who want to buy. There's some people, you see a lot of comments out there that even if you sell sand, we're going to buy them. Do you understand? So it's grace. It's God's grace. And I really appreciate that. My fans, my followers, they are so amazing. I have never seen. They're unbelievable. They're so supportive.
Okay. What advice do you have for young people about marriage?
Marriage is a beautiful thing. Because I'm a family-oriented person. Without marriage, there cannot be family. Marriage comes before family. Let me put it that way. So marriage is a beautiful thing. I see it as something that should not be compromised, and just basically love yourselves, respect yourselves. Marriage is all about sacrifices and, you know, but while you're at it, don't get killed.
What do you mean by that?
You don't have to lose your life because you want to stay married. Give your best. Do all you can to make it right, because we're all coming from different backgrounds, different orientations, you know, about life and all of that. So you should be able to tolerate. You should have some level of patience. You should be able to listen. You should be able to communicate. Don't assume. These are the things that I think lead to a lot of problems.
Do you think that also that if a man is in a marriage, if one person is growing faster and the other, that's career wise, and the other person is slow with building themselves and career, do you think that can also affect a marriage?
Well, for me, marriage is not about competition. So it doesn't matter who is in front. You know, I think in this part of the world, this is when people believe that the man should actually be doing better than the woman in terms of career, you know, because the woman has to stay at home and look after the children. And I believe some of these men are actually scared. They're really scared about their wives doing so well because they believe they may walk out of the marriage, they may they may not respect them and all. But it's not the case. It shouldn't be. women are there to assist the men. They're like helpers. So if you have a wife who feels she can combine her work with the family, looking after the family, taking care of the husband and the children, why not? She has the capacity to do that. So if you have a wife who is ahead of you, who is doing better than you, it is for the benefit of the family. It is for the growth of the family. So they should come together, work together, communicate, talk, and move the family forward. It shouldn't be about competition.
Okay. So, what about in a situation where when the woman has given her all and all to make her home work? So how does the woman walk out of that situation and pick up her pieces back together and bounce back to life?
Well, really, it's not an easy situation. But I always tell myself, we all came to this world alone. You will not leave this world with anybody. You need to start living for yourself, first of all, before you live for another person. Some people know this. Some people are able to, discover this after maybe certain experiences. So you need to also remember you have other family members apart from the man. Remember your roots. You came from somewhere. The man is somebody you met at a certain stage of your life. So what about those people you started with? How would they feel if you exit this world because of a man? It's really tough. It's really, really tough.
Because we've had some heartbreak. How does the woman just decide, like, no, I'm going to overcome this, I'm going to move on, I'm going to make myself a better person? That's what a lot of women still don't understand, how to get out of that situation.
You have to motivate yourself. You have to inspire yourself. You have to talk to yourself. You have to tell yourself the truth. Like I said, you have to live for yourself and live for other family members, for your loved ones. Surround yourself with those that genuinely love you, those that care for you, and then hold on to God. Pray. God said we should seek Him first and every other thing should be added. Do not put your trust in man. Yes, it's good to trust people and all of that, but do not depend. Let me put it this way. Expect the best, but prepare for the worst. We all react differently. We don't know how we'll handle the situations, but it's God's grace. Really, it's God's grace. That's why I said you need to hold on to God. You have to be prayerful. If you're prayerful and then you surround yourself with the right people, I think you'll be fine. It's only a matter of time, because once there is life, there is hope. Do not forget that. No matter what situation you find yourself at any given point in time, remember that the only constant thing about life is change. So people can change. Brace up. It's okay. It's hard. It's very, very hard. But that's not the end of the world. You do not know tomorrow. Tomorrow is pregnant. Life is pregnant. Life is full of expectations and all of that. Life is just like a pregnant woman who has not gone for a scan to determine the sex of the child. You never know. It could be a boy, it could be a girl. So do not give up, because you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. And again, sometimes in life, certain things happen for a reason. You might not see the reason at that point in time why certain things are happening, because you're depressed, because you're going through a lot of emotions and all of that. But later on in the future, just hold on, hang on. You might be able to look back and laugh.
So will you hope to remarry in the nearest future?
Wow. That's $1 trillion question. Story for another day. Story for another day. Antazuka.
Me, you're beautiful.
Antazuka.
You're attractive. You don't even look like a mother of even 1-year-old child.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, but so I'm sure, like, you can't tell me that you're not getting male advances. How do you manage it?
Antazuka, my DM is full. It is, really. In fact, I ran away from my DM. But I'm fine. Like I said, I want to focus on my children, my family, and then my business.
So
Others can come later.
yeah, so no dates, no sweethearts for now.
Auntie Azuka, my work, my children, and I'm fine.